Hello and welcome to another Tycho video. In this video I'm going to be demonstrating the new Dataset Navigator module. This is a new feature that has been added to version 9.2 of the Tycho software, which has just now been released. So those of you who do sky surveys might find this to be a particularly useful feature. So to get started, if we go to the File menu, you will notice that there is a new option, Dataset Navigator. And if you click on it, it will open up a new window. And the first thing you want to do is specify the root path that points to all of the fields and all of the data sets that have been processed through the automatic runtime module. So in this example, I am working with a set of fields that have been provided to me by another Tycho user, Mark Holbrook, and he actually operates his own sky survey here in the northern hemisphere, and it has done fairly well considering its location. So just to give you an example of what that looks like, this is that root path here, and it contains all of these different directories. Not all of them are relevant for this module, but the module itself will go through recursively and identify the data sets that can be worked with. So as one example here, 2021 JM7, that is one of his discoveries. So if I dive into that directory, you'll notice that it has an _O output directory. So that is, if we go in here, you'll notice it has all of these generated observations, track file lists, as well as snapshots for each track that has been identified. So essentially what this navigation module is able to do, again, recursively go through all these directories and populate this list. So let's go ahead and see how that works. I go to File, Load Datasets. It's going to load all the datasets from that root path. So first thing it does, it will also populate a new window here, a sky coverage plot. And this is just a way to visualize all of the fields that have been acquired. So you could click on one of these here, it's interactive, and when you do so, it is going to select the corresponding data set. So I can click on each plot here. I can also adjust these options, the overlay here, so the ecliptic is the red curve, and the galactic plane is that blue curve, which shows up a little bit better on my window here than perhaps it does in the video. But anyway, these are just basic options. You can adjust the plot size. I may add additional options in the future, but for now, this is one way to navigate through the data sets, but in reality, most of the time, you probably will do so through this list. And the idea is that as you go through each data set and analyze candidate tracks, then you could mark a data set as reviewed. So if I right-click on a data set, I can mark it as either ready or reviewed. Ready is the default status when it has completed processing, and reviewed means that you have finished going through all the tracks in that data set, and you are basically saying that you are finished with it. So if you wanted to, you could sort by that status column, and that would allow you to basically float all the ready data sets to the top, and you could work that way. So just going through this example a little bit more. So if I click on one of these data sets here, then we have this track viewer window, and this basically allows us to again go through all the tracks in this given data set, and you'll notice it also populates here at the bottom all the measurements for each track. So it updates automatically each time I click on a track, and that basically, you could copy and paste these measurements into the Minor Planet Center tools that are online. Again, this is in the MPC 1992 format. If you want it in a different format, you could click on Add Observations, give it a designation, and here you are at the All Target window. And from here you could choose that format, the MPC 1992, or the newer ADES format. So that would retain all of the information of that track. So again, this is just a quick way to navigate and see if you find anything interesting as you are conducting a sky survey. So there are other options here. You could adjust the animation rate, that interval at which it goes through one image to the next. You could also manually click through the different frames. If you wanted to do that, you could. You could also zoom in. So that's another feature. Combine mode, so median or average. And then you could also choose, maybe you only care about unknown objects. So it's here it could show only the unknown objects if you wanted to do that. Or maybe show only the known, or both. So different ways to do this, but basically it's just kind of a way to hopefully more easily navigate through lots of data that has been processed. And it's kind of interesting here, just again, this is the galactic plane, so you'll notice this is a very dense star field, whereas if I click on a plot that's farther away from the galactic plane, then you can see how it is certainly a less dense star field. So anyway, that's about it for this video. So thank you for watching, and see you next time.